I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi to everyone. My name is Muhammad Abdul bin Ghani. Today, our group will present about cells, organelle, and function. Before that, we need to know what are cells. Cells are living building blocks for the whole body. Cells also contains DNA and enclosed by a plasma membrane. Cells is very complex, highly organized, and the cytoplasm contains many organelles. Now, let me go through into the cell structure and the organelle in the human body. For the first one is nucleus. The definition of the nucleus is it was the largest organelle, which is 5 micrometers in the diameter. Some are anuclear or multinucleate. In the structure, nucleus have nuclear envelope that consists of 2 unit membranes held together. Besides that, nucleus also have nucleoplasm that consists of chromatin and nucleoli. Chromatin is a complex of DNA and protein that form chromosomes. Meanwhile, nucleoli are the dark masses where ribosomes produce. Next is function of the nucleus. Nucleus controls and regulates the activities of cell. For the examples is growth and metabolism. Other than that, nucleus also carry the genes, structures that contain the hereditary information. It also control of the protein and enzyme synthesis. So, for the other presentation, I will hand over this slide to the other presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shazanadra binti Sharudin, and I will present about rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Definition of rough endoplasmic reticulum is a part of the endomembrane system of the cell and a subcell of the endoplasmic reticulum. Structure of rough endoplasmic reticulum is rough endoplasmic reticulum can be morphologically divided into 2 structures, which is cyternine and sheath. Sheath is a 2-dimensional array of flattened cells that extend across the cytoplasm. Next, ribosomes are attached to its outer surface. Its surface appears rough when seen under the microscope. The first function of rough endoplasmic reticulum is to synthesis of packaged proteins, which is digestive glands and phospholipids and proteins of plasma membrane. Next, rough endoplasmic reticulum helps to transport proteins made by the ribosomes to the Golgi apparatus for secretion out of the cell. Next is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is a membranous organelle found in most eukaryotic cells. The structure of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it does not have ribosomes, but it has a tubular form. The first functions of smooth endoplasmic reticulum is to make lipids, phospholipids, and steroids. The second function is to detoxify poisons and toxins. Another function is to storage of calcium and carries out the metabolism of carbohydrates.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Adlina Shamim binti Ahmad Shafi. I will present ribosome and Golgi complex. Ribosome is a cellular particles made of RNA and protein that serve as the site for protein synthesis in the cell. The ribosome reads the sequence of the messenger RNA or mRNA and using the genetic codes, translate the sequence of RNA based into a sequence of amino acid. Ribosomes have 2 major subunits that are normally separate, distinct, and made of per RNA and protein. This is small ribosomal subunit and large lysosomal subunit. Structure of ribosome is located in two areas of cytoplasm. Around 62% of ribosome are comprised of RNA, while the rest is proteins. And the structure of free and bulk ribosome is similar and is associated with protein synthesis. Two types of function of ribosome are free ribosome make protein used in the cytosol, and the second, attached or fixed ribosome make protein used in the membranes and for export or attached to ER. Next is Golgi complex. Function of Golgi complex is modifies and packages secretion such as hormone and enzyme for release through exocytosis, renew or modifies the cell membranes, and packages special enzyme within vesicle for use in the cytosol. Golgi complex have three of vesicle. Firstly, secretory vesicle concentration that will be discharged from the cell. Second, membrane vesicle can alter the sensitivity and function of the cell according to the material that bind or fuse with it. And the last one is lysosome contain digestive enzyme.
Assalamualaikum and hi guys. My name is Muhammad Kohadi bin Abdul Malik. My role is to present to you the organelle, lysosome and mitochondria. Okay, first I will talk about lysosome. Here is some of what I know about lysosome. Lysosome is a membrane enclosed organelle that contain digestive enzyme. Okay, lysosome have multiple functions in a cell, but these are some of the main function of a lysosome. Okay, first it is to digest or destroy bacteria. Then it is also function to break down worn out cell and digest macromolecules such as protein, lipid and etc. Okay, then I will talk about mitochondria. Mitochondria is a membrane-bound organelle that has a simple structure that consists of two membranes, outer and inner membrane, and split into many different regions with certain rules. Mitochondria has many functions, and these are the functions of a mitochondria. Okay, first, for the outer membrane, it functions as a semi-permeable membrane and hosts to variety of enzyme. Then we go to the inner membrane. Inner membrane function is to regulate passage of nutrients, metabolites, and macromolecules. Then it also regulates information in and out of the cytoplasm. It also the site of production of ATP. Then we also have the function of cristae and matrix. Cristae, which is the fold of inner membrane, it functions as to increase the surface area for inner membrane. Then we go to the matrix. Matrix function is to contain enzyme for ATP production and also house for DNA, which is also known as mitochondrial DNA or mtDNA. Okay, now we have reached the end of the presentation. Thus, in conclusion, we have learned that in each cell have various organelles. These organelles play a major role in performing specific function in the cell. They are simple and complex organelles reside in each cell. Through the function of each organelle makes up the function of one cell. Okay, now I want to say thank you for listening to our presentation, and I will finalize this presentation with a quote. The strongest man is the one who, when angry and his face reddens and his hackles rise, is able to defeat his anger. A quote from Prophet Muhammad SAW, the most beloved person in the Muslim religion. Bye.